We're here with Cung Lee at his training facility in Milpitas, California. He's such an active guy that he said, Chris, if I'm going to do this interview, we got to be on these bikes. And I said, okay, I might not pedal. But so that's where we're at. Thanks for taking time to talk to us today, Cung. And man, this fight is one that I'm looking forward to. I've been an MMA enthusiast forever. And we finally get to see a traditional karate expert go against someone that's been in MMA a long time, and it's an interesting fight. I mean, it's one that I think that the whole card of the night's really good, but this fight in particular, it's exciting. I mean, how do you feel about this fight?
You know, I'm very excited about this fight. First of all, I get to fight Frank,
right?
And Frank loves to talk shit, and that fires me up. So I finally get a chance to really test my skills, not taking away anything from my past opponents, but Frank is like 3 steps up instead of 1 step up. So I'm excited to see where I'm at and to see how this whole fight card, you know, comes out.
Right. On your last fight, you welcomed this, you challenged him, and you've beaten everybody that you've stepped in the ring with so far. And I mean, I gotta admit, I think you haven't fought the caliber of Frank. I told you that before the interview. And so this excites me because the way you're an exciting fighter. The South Bay, the San Jose, this whole Bay Area, they love you, man. I mean, I can always, the place is so electrifying. The HP Pavilion where you fight at with Strikeforce, it's so electrifying. It reminds me when we're at the UFC fights, in one of the main events like with Chuck or Randy Couture, it has that much energy in it when you come in there. And so this is something the fans want. You know, Frank's been around a long time. Frank told us earlier, and I'm just going to tell you this straight out, he said he's going to completely mess you up. He's going to rip you in half. He said it's not even a fair fight at all. He's kind of looking at it as a joke. How do you respond to that?
You know what? God bless Frank, because he's going to talk smack, and he's just putting more pressure on himself, because if he says, I'm going to be a walk in the park, I'm going to joke, he's got a lot to live up to. So I have no pressure. I'm going to go in there. I'm underdog. Frank's supposed to kick my ass, you know, have an easy fight. So now he's got to live up to it. Me, I know what I got to do, and I know what I could do. So it's actually fun for me to live every moment, not to be stressing about what I got to say, how I can be better than Frank in, you know, the war of words. I think Frank just should keep talking smack, because that's more pressure on Frank.
Right.
And for me, while he's talking smack, I'm training and I'm resting. And I'm waiting for that moment when the cage closes, so I can get in there and see what Frank's made of.
You know, I never like to talk strategies with fighters because I think it's weak. But I mean, as far as training, I do like to talk about. Have you approached things a little differently? Have you been working a little bit more on maybe your ground game, or have there been any particular people that you've been working with?
Oh, first of all, Frank he's very good at breaking down his opponents. He broke down Phil. He had a little hard time against Gracie, so, you know, he has weaknesses, but he is very good at breaking down his opponents. And I think Frank feels that, you know, with me, he's going to talk like he's going to stand with me, he's going to go toe-to-toe with me. And even on another interview, he said that he promises the Bay Area he's going to knock me out and beat me at my own game. But I think when Frank says that, he's almost disguising it as, Cung, I'm setting you up. There's no way I can beat you at stand-up. I might get a lucky punch in, because 4-ounce gloves is anyone's, you know, has a chance. Everyone's like a puncher now with those gloves. So I'm gonna say all these things, make you think that I'm gonna stand with you and now shoot or roll into some kind of knee bar. But you know, if he's willing to live up to his promises, stand with me for 2 or 3 out of the 5 rounds. See how long it goes.
So you're anticipating him to go to the ground game?
Definitely. He's going to go down to the ground. He's going to try to push me up against the fence. And, you know, how I'm preparing for it, I'm going to go over AKA. I talked to Jake Shields. There's John Fitch. There's Koscheck. I mean, that camp over there, and, you know, and also all those guys being my friends, they're going to help me prepare.
primarily, I mean, I don't think you're going to try to become a submission expert over, you know, the next 2 months, but you're going to probably work a lot on takedown defense and staying away from going to the ground. Is that kind of...
Yeah, I mean, if probably a lot of people don't realize that I was a high school All-American in wrestling, a junior college All-American. I won state at West Valley College. I wrestled freestyle, Greco-Roman, did a little sambo. I trained a little bit with Caesar and Ralph Gracie when they first came out and when they were together. And then now I train over at AKA, and I train with Paul Schreiner and Garth Taylor. So I'm very familiar with the ground game. But I'm not going to go in there and be like Frank. Frank's not known for his stand-up, even though he did drop Phil, but you know, small ounce gloves. But he doesn't have a consistency of wins by his hands or his feet. So it's like me saying, oh, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to tap out Frank, I'm going to foot lock him, I'm going to knee bar him, you know?
Right.
You know, so
I mean, so it sounds like you have a definite respect for his ground game, but you also are very confident in being able to defend that and bring it up to your feet where you're the best at. I mean, you're fun to watch on your feet, and so this is going to be exciting. I'm excited. I wish it was happening a little sooner. We have to wait 2 more months, I guess, but I guess we can wait like that. We don't have a choice, really.